Hi, how are you? It is Wednesday, April 19th, and it's been a while since I've done a video. It's been Easter. We've had a lot of pilgrims come through town. I was gone for a few days. I lost my voice for a few days. My voice is back. And so here we go again with another video. What I wanted to talk about today is the forest fires we've had in Asturias that has affected the Camino Primitivo. A little bit about the weather, the number of pilgrims we've had over Easter break and also these days, and some pilgrim statistics. Look at the website that the Pilgrims office has set up for the statistics that they have collecting. It's a new setup with some interesting numbers that I thought we could have a look at. And I also have a new guidebook that I was thinking of talking a little bit about. That's coming up. All right, so let's start with the forest fires in Asturias. It was about 10 days, 15 days ago, in the middle of really spring. We had big forest fires. It seems like they were spreading all over, and it kind of seems like it was someone put them on purpose. It sounds like created on purpose, but of course we don't know. I think they're looking into it. Either way, it coincided with some days with very heavy winds, and a lot of terrain got burned in Asturias. And the question is, has this affected the Camino Primitivo? And of course, I think there was a day or two where it was kind of they closed it off, I think, at least the worst affected areas because of the fires. Of course, the fires are now, they're over. It's been, we have had rain since then. So I don't think there's any chance of fires right now as it is on the Primitivo. But it looks a bit different. And here's a post that someone posted on Monday on the forum. And you could see he's saying, he's having walked the hospitales. It's fully open. There are a lot of burn areas and smell of smoke in some places, but still a fantastic walk because we've had really good weather the last few days. And he's attaching a few photos. So let's open them so you could see, some parts are a bit green. I guess the vegetation is so small it didn't really burn. But you could see on the right there are some big patches of burned soil, and this is a viewpoint at the top there that also got burned. So it seems like the Primitivo is walkable, totally walkable, although they had some fires a few weeks ago. It is a bit worrying that the fire season starts so early because this is not normal. And it may have to do, I'm pretty sure it has to do with the fact that this spring we've had not a lot of rain. Actually, let me see if I can go and show you that. These are the water levels in Spain as of today, or as of yesterday. This meaning the drinking water level, right? So usually what happens in Spain is that during the winter and the spring, it rains, and then we fill up our reservoirs, and then we live off that during the summer. Of course, it rains sometimes in the summer as well, but not as much. And you could see the Galicia, the top left corner there, we have 84.6% of our water level. So we're fine. Duero, you could see that the more east you get, the less water they have. And of course, the biggest problem is in the Catalonia area. You have 26% of what they of the water levels that and that's very low, because they're supposed to be filling up these days, and it's not been filling up. So if this winter becomes a warm one, we're gonna have some troubles. And of course, just the lack of rain in general has created this problem with the forest fires early in April. And so I think this is maybe a theme for the rest of the year as well, that we may have some more forest fires coming up later in the year as well, sadly. The good thing about them is that you could see them from far away. So if you see smoke, I would check with the locals to see if it's going to be a problem for you walking the Camino. So just a few words on the weather. The last week has been amazing. It's been almost too much. We've had yesterday, I think we were close to 30 degrees in Santiago in the afternoon. Of course, in the morning, we're about 7 or 8. So it's put on your jacket in the morning and then almost t-shirt and shorts in the afternoon. So it's one of those kind of situations where you need a hat. You need to protect yourself if you're walking in the sun. But it's you have to be also careful and do the layering thing, take off and on as the weather changes. This is what it looks like right now outside. There's just a group of tourists there. They usually stop by the statue of Rey Alfonso outside. So today is another good day weather-wise. Of course, for the farmers, it's not that great, but for people that enjoy the sun and the heat, it's good to get an early taste of the good weather. So let's have a look at some of the Pilgrim statistics, right? Because the Pilgrim's office has now set up this new system, or the new application they have on the website, where you could see updated information. Before, we had to wait till the end of the month where they ran the statistics once a month, and now they update it every day. This I found on the website today. And you could see that as of 2023, as of April 19th, these are the numbers of pilgrims coming into the Pilgrim's office getting a Compostela. Of course, as we've talked about before, not all pilgrims get the Compostela, especially the ones that have done it 5, 6, 7, 8 times. They don't really care for it sometimes, and they're not counted. But for the ones that showed up at the Pilgrim's office getting the Compostela, you could see as so far this year, 21,718 walked the Camino Frances. Portuguese, 9,753. So about half, just under half. So still, most people do the walk the Frances, and then you have the Portuguese por la Costa, which have separated out as a separate one, I guess. So that's, if you add that to the other Portuguese, it's there's a bit more there. But you could see that Frances is really the one that most people walk. Now, where do they start from? 15,200 started from Sarria. And that's 71% of the people started from Sarria. I wonder if this is only the Camino Frances. I think so. This is only the Camino Frances. So we're only looking at starting points from the Camino Frances Camino, and you could see still that coming from further back, there's not that many people walking right now. So if you're walking the Camino Frances and you're starting back Saint-Jean or Roncesvalles or Burgos or León, you'll find it pretty comfortable crowd-wise until you get to the Sarria. Then you will see the crowds. So who's been walking so far this year? Spaniards, 21,000. So 51% Spaniards so far this year, which is about normal. I think in last year there was 48% Spaniards and 52 foreigners, something like that. So this is going to change as the year progresses. And let's have a look at I found the website where they published the up-to-date Compostelas giving at a certain date. So as of right now, they're giving out 105 Compostelas today. And today, now it's what, 11:45. So they've been open since 9. So almost 3 hours. So 105 Compostelas in almost 3 hours. It's not a lot. I don't know what the current numbers are, but I'm thinking they probably have 600-700 a day. Over Easter, we had one day of over 2,000 and one day over 3,000. So we had a big spike over Easter of people getting Compostelas. And then it calmed down again, which is very normal. But looking at the luggage I have downstairs at the luggage storage, the service that I run, this year is going to be a big year. I have a lot of luggage. A lot of people have started walking or just about to start or just started. So in about a month or so, I'm thinking it's going to be busy. Now, before we go, I just wanted to let you know that I have been in touch with a fellow called Andrew Housley, and he has written a new guidebook for the Camino Frances. And it is a guidebook that includes also the Finisterre route, and it's his first edition of this book, and I've been reading through it, and it looks really promising. So I think I'm going to add this to the Camino Forum store. I haven't gotten it on sale yet because I still haven't actually ordered it, but I got a copy just to review, and I think it's a very nice book. So for those of you looking into getting a guide that maybe you have tried the other ones and maybe you haven't found the one for you, this might be a good suggestion for you. It's a bit of it's more of a guide. It's a little bit heavy, and it has a lot of text in it. So it's a guide that shows you the various what to do in the various towns and city, and gives you some historic background. So it's not a very thin village to village type guide with just the phone numbers and maps. It has some more meat on the bone, let's say. But for those of you that are interested in those kind of guides, look for this one on the Forum store. One more thing before I go. I have now the Camino Forum app. The apps that I have on Android, on iOS for the Camino Forum has been out for a few months. And hopefully some people have downloaded it. I think on iOS, I think we're getting close to 5,000 downloads. I know it's a very different experience from the website, but I know some people like it. So I was wondering, if you like it, it would be great if you could give me a review on the iOS App Store or on the Android App Store if you use the Android version. So other people that are looking for any Camino apps could maybe look at your review and also decide to download it. So if you found it useful, please leave me a review. That would be good. And thank you so much. So that's it for today. I think I'll leave it at that, and then I'll try and do more videos more regularly from now on. Hope things are good where you are. Stay safe. Ciao.